Hi everyone, it's Annalisa from In the Hidden Kingdom. Welcome. I want to talk about the connection with your divine masculine. So it's really important to always keep in the back of your mind as the divine feminine because you are so much more aware as the conscious partner in this connection what this connection really is. This connection is a sacred connection that you have with your divine masculine, and it cannot be treated like any other relationship or connection that you have with someone else. With others, you can have what the 3D calls a quote relationship. This is a sacred connection, and what I want to say is that this is your soul coming back to you. It is one soul. And because your soul decided to awaken at this time, because this was a soul contract that you had. In fact, everyone that comes on this planet is a soul contract that you have with your creator. And this specific contract is a twin flame, labeled twin flame, as to what our society deemed as, quote, twin flame, although what it really is your awakening. But what's important is that you don't approach this connection like any other connection, because in any other connection, you can have a quote normal relationship. You can interact with them the way you normally are used to interacting with others. And you do interact normally, and you do interact the way you have always known to interact with your divine masculine. But what happens is separation occurs. And if you have been able to leave an energetic space for your divine masculine to come back in, at this point, when they are coming back in, the connection is very different at this point, because you have to treat it very differently. You cannot treat it like you did when you were in the bubble love phase, where you were able to talk to each other and spend time together for whatever time frame it was. And I know that it wasn't a very long time frame, because the majority of divine feminines end up in separation within a few months. And I say the majority of divine feminines. There's always exceptions, because sometimes twin flames can be married, although they have not been activated. They are already in a marriage, and at some point, the divine feminine becomes activated. So it can vary the situations. But when they come back in, it's really important to remember that most of your life you have been able to interact with others and be in mind. But when they come back in and you realize what this connection is, you cannot treat it like a normal, regular 3D relationship, because if you do, they will only leave again, and you will loop in that runner chaser dynamic. And that can be very challenging for those that are in that longer running back and forth type of connection. And whether you're in a long separation or a runner chaser dynamic, either one has its challenges and can be very difficult. But whenever you are still in the ego mind and acting or behaving out of fear, then they cannot stay in that connection, and they will always pull away. So what's important is that this is a sacred connection. This is a connection of pure love. So when you are and you sit in pure love and you hold an energetic space of love, and you are showing love to yourself first, to your creator, and to others around you, then that leaves an energetic space for your divine masculine to come back in. So that space that you have and that love that you have for the divine, for your creator, and whatever terminology that you use, Mother Gaia, Source, Divine, whatever name is perfectly fine. But that is the space, the energetic space of love that you're asked to hold for yourself. And it is only in that space can your divine masculine join you in an outer union. And that is so beautiful because it is unlike any other relationship. Because if you think about all the relationships that you've had within your lifetime, I'm going to say that a lot of them had a lot of toxicity in the relationships. And I say this with no judgment. And I say this because this is what you have been used to knowing. And the pure twin flame space of inner and outer union does not revolve around any type of toxicity. And I'm not saying that the toxicity that you've had in other relationships were wrong. No, they were not wrong. They were relationships that needed to occur in order for your soul to grow and to evolve spiritually. Otherwise, you would not be in a space to awaken from your twin flame, to have that catalyst awakening. So everything that you went through had to happen. You had to see and you had to be in those other relationships. And I'm not saying that all your relationships were toxic, but any relationship can be toxic and have negativity, right? Even family relationships can be toxic at times, right? Because the dynamics of what occur and the arguing and fighting and all that can be toxic. But you now realize that all of that had to happen in order for your soul to evolve and to grow. And now you understand that when you do get triggered, all of the triggering happens. So you can now learn that the triggering is for you to understand that the triggering is happening so you can dive deeper into that energy and begin to not judge the trigger and transmute that energy and alchemize it into love. And that is not easy to do because before you didn't always have to do that. But in this connection, yes, you do have to do that and transmute all that negativity and triggers that may come up that you're still holding and alchemize that into love. And that is all part of this soul journey that you are undertaking. And it's very beautiful because you're really learning how to transcend the mind, right? And step into soul. So just know that everything that you have gone through is something that had to happen, and it's all beautiful. So this journey is not easy by any means at all, but I am here to say that everything that you went through was all part of your soul's journey, and it's all a learning curve. So it's helping you to really step into your truth and your original DNA blueprint. And all of that is so beautiful. So this journey is so unlike any other journey, and it can't be treated like any other relationship that you've had before. It's bringing you back to who you really are in soul. And that takes time. It's a process. So be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself as you begin to evolve spiritually and start doing the inner work of uh, just being. And that is what this journey is. It can be difficult, but once you understand that it is really about just being and slowing your life down and really looking at your life and what makes you happy and focusing on you and your joy and your peace, then you will find that it will begin to flow and your energy will begin to shift. So I hope this was helpful. If you do need more support and more guidance on the specifics of your journey, feel free to reach out. I do have a website. I have a Facebook group, and I have a course for this month in June that when you purchase the course, you get a free session with me. So feel free to go on my website. I'm sending you all so much love.